Now to an Australian medical case involving a patient with sepsis, blood poisoning, that health experts hope might revolutionise the care of the critically ill around the world. And definitely do not try this at home. Melbourne researchers gave a critically ill COVID-19 patient a megadose of vitamin C. He'd been on life support and it worked. Doctors gave it a shot because experiments in animals had shown the vitamin was very effective. Now researchers are conducting randomised trials on humans to see if that one example can be replicated. Here's medical reporter Sophie Scott.
Sepsis occurs when an uncontrolled infection in the body triggers a chain reaction, and without timely treatment, it can lead to tissue damage, organ failure or death. Many COVID patients can develop sepsis in intensive care, and that's what happened to a 40-year-old man in Melbourne's Austin Hospital this year. We won't identify him, but his doctor is Professor Ronaldo Bellomo.
We were dealing with somebody who was very unwell, and we felt we were in a very difficult situation where the patient's life was under serious threat.
With time running out, Professor Bellomo turned to his colleague Dr. Clive May at the Florey Institute in Melbourne. He'd been using megadoses of vitamin C to stop sepsis in animals.
The dramatic thing about this treatment that we've discovered is that it seems to completely reverse all of the adverse effects of sepsis. And if this treatment works as well in patients as it does in our animal studies, I think it's going to totally revolutionise the treatment of septic patients in ICU all over the world.
With the family's consent, the Melbourne man was given the same megadose of vitamin C. It's the equivalent of about 5,000 oranges, which is 50 times greater than any other dose trialled for sepsis. Professor Bellomo said the patient's vital signs, like his temperature and blood pressure, began to get better.
And we saw a remarkable improvement in the patient's condition. He eventually had the breathing tube removed and went home alive and well.
But experts like Dr. Clive May say despite the good results, people with COVID-19 or any other illness shouldn't try the same treatment at home.
We don't want people going out and buying 10 bottles of vitamin C and think it's going to solve their problems. That will just make them feel very sick.
Leading sepsis expert Professor Simon Finfer from the George Institute for International Health says previous studies using high-dose vitamin C to treat sepsis have been mixed.
And in those trials where vitamin C has been combined with other treatments, particularly steroids, to date they've been rather disappointing. The results are disappointing.
While the Melbourne COVID-19 patient who was treated with vitamin C has recovered, doctors at the Austin